Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anil, and in this React project video tutorial we'll learn that how we can make pre-fill data inside a form. And I also added one more line before update. Yes, when we are updating any product, we need to pre-fill a data inside a form. Why? I will show you. So in this video we will make a update button here, and on this button click we will redirect our page on a update product, right? And here we have a form so that we can add a new value for the product and we can update it, right? But with that we also need to check our current value so that I can just pre-fill these values like name, price and description inside this form. For that we need our form pre-filled whenever our page is loaded. So now let's see how we can do it with the API. So let's start with the points. First of all, we will make update button. After that, we will define route and redirect our page on this button click to the update component. And we will pass our product ID with the parameter. You can see that the URL parameters. And after that, we will send this ID to the API, and API will just return the data according to the ID. And we will make our HTML form, and with this API data we will make pre-fill this HTML form whenever our page is loaded. And I will show you that how we can just show the image also with that. So let's start. And yes, before we are updating or integrating any API, we must have to test this API on Postman. We are testing all our APIs like register, login, list and all. So here it is our you can say that product detail API, right? So you can select your get method, and this is our API URL with the product and with the dynamic ID. So like I just want to put in my ID 5. Now we can get this data like this, right? That means API is working great. Let's say just I'm adding here ID 26 and still this is working fine. So we will integrate this API because this is ready. Now let's start with the product list page, and here it is, product list. So I am just going to add one more TD here like this, and I'm just going to update this context like update. I don't need update class, delete class here. I'm just changing it with the update. I don't need this function also, so that I will remove it. Now let's add a update class in the CSS. So just open app.css here, and let me add here a dot update class, and let's copy this data, this all properties here, and change this red color to green, right? Now let's see what we are getting on our page. So we are getting here a green button. That's looking great. So now let's redirect our page from product list to update, right? So what we need for that, we need a link for that. Let's import a link on top of the page. Import something from React router DOM, and let's import link, right? And now let's just take me this link in a line like this. You don't need to close it here, and after that let's close it here, right? And we need to add here a to property also, so that we just need to know where we just want to redirect it, right? So let's put here update, and we can use here curly braces because we need to pass here dynamic ID also, and just add a plus sign with item.id, right? Because item is just iterating our data, and we are getting ID, name, price and everything, and here we will get the ID. So now let's see what actually happened there. When we are clicking on ID 7, this is passing in the URL. That's great, this is redirecting. But one more thing that we need to do, let's go to the app.js, and here you can see that we already created the path for update, and let's change it with the id parameter, so that we can get this number with a specific parameter, which is id. If I am passing here name, like, then we can get this number with the name parameter, right? But id is perfect for that, because this is really a id of our product. Now let's go to the product update, and what we can do here, first of all, let's import react router dom, and we have a property with that, with the with route, and use this with router as a high ordered component. We call it high ordered component, right? uh, as an wrapper of our function. And let's get a parameter from here, and let me just console dot warn our props, and let's see what we are actually getting it here. All right, and here you can see that in our props we are getting some properties like history, location, match, and look at the match. We are getting parameters with the id 7, right? So what we can how we can just get it with the match with params dot id. And now let's see, are we getting 7 here or not? And here we go, we are getting 7, right? Let's try with another id. Let's try with the id 26, and here you can see that we got the id 26. Great. So now let's define the use effect, import the use effect, and use state, because we need it. So I will show you why we need them. From React, and use state and use effect. So let's define state, so that we can get the data from API and store it inside state. So let's put here data, set data, use state, and by default value can be blank array or whatever you want. That's totally up to you, right? Now just use here use effect, and as you know, this accept a parameter like this, and just put here a fetch function, pass our API URL here, and at the last one will be dynamic, so we can put here like props.match and id and all, like this. And this function can be async, because we will use async await keywords, so that we don't need to add here a long then and all, right? Use async. Let result is await fetch. Great. And again we can just put here a result with result dot await, and oh sorry, we have to use here JSON function, and we need to use this await as an keyword, like this. And now let's store this result to the data state, like this. Everything is working fine. So let's add here some input also, like input type, let's say text, and after that let me add here a default value, can be like data dot name for a moment, right? And so that we can maintain some space, I am just adding here some br tags also, and at the last let's add a button also. Update product or something. So let's see what we are getting. we are getting here Micromax because this is the product hour. Here you can see that from the Micromax. If I'm just accepting ID25, then there will be Samsung M40. So let's define some more fields for price, for you can say that description. So let's add here price, description. Yep, everything is working great. So now we need to add here our image also, but before that let's add here a file type, and we can put here data file path like this, right? Let me check with, is there any issue with that? I think just need to refresh it. Yep, this is working great. So let me add here one more image tag, img src, and in the src what we can put here, http colon localhost 800. This is our base URL, right? That's why I'm just hard coding it. Even you can just make it in a constant file, or you can save it on a single place so that you can reuse it, and if you want to change it, you need to just change only on one place, right? All right. I can use this srcr like inside JSX plus data, okay, plus data file underscore path. So let me guess what we are getting here now. We can just close it like here. File path is not defined again. Let me, yep, we have to use here dot property, and refresh it again. Okay, but the image is really big, so that we can add some style with that. Style width like 100 pixel, right? And now we can again add some BR tags with that also, so that we can just maintain the small parallel space with all. This is looking much better, right? So here you can see that we can just get our pre-filled data. If you still have any kind of confusion, you can ask me in the comment. We can just check with the other products also. This is working really great. What happened with that? Sometime API is taking time, but that's okay, right? Great. Can just go back again, and we can check with the all products. Everything is working fine. So thanks for watching this video. Bye bye, take care.